And welcome into To Your Health. And today we want to get into something that every one of us have heard all of our lives, but do we do it or do we not do it enough? And it's a good way to lose weight and be healthy. And that's some of the wonderful things out there called H2O, water. And drinking water on a daily basis. And how much is enough or how much is not enough? And
I love water.
God only knows. But today we have with us Molly Killman, Alabama Department of Public Health, and I want to thank you for the past 3 or 4 weeks that you've been here. This poor young lady, she walked in the studio thinking she's coming in to talk about Scale Back Alabama. And when I started looking at her pedigree there, I said, Molly, we got a few more questions to ask besides, because obviously we want people to do scale back, but we want them to use nutrition and things they can do to help in that process to change their lifestyle, not go on a diet, that dreaded word diet.
Right.
Just change your lifestyle. And when we've always heard about water, and let's just say I weigh 220 pounds. Somebody told me one day I need to drink 110 ounces of water a day for my 210 pounds. And I kept thinking, whoa, I'm going to float away.
I think a general rule of thumb is about 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. We get water from a lot of different foods that we eat.
Yes.
So people are often surprised to hear that. But, again, a rule of thumb would be 6 to 8 glasses of water.
And Virginia, you can just drink water plain, right?
I like a slice of lemon in it.
Okay.
And when I first started, it was hard to get down 8 glasses, and now I could not do without it. It has made a difference in my entire life.
Everything.
I love my water.
Yeah.
And I hardly ever have any carbonated beverages anymore.
Great.
So again, what she just said, you put a piece of lemon in there. That's probably, because people like lemonade.
Right. If you have a hard time drinking plain water, there are lots of ways to add some flavor to it, and lemon is a great way to do that. Some people will cut up fruit and put it in the water, like strawberries or raspberries. Mint. Some people actually put mint in their water, or even rosemary.
Rosemary and mint are good.
I've seen rosemary in water.
And cucumbers you put in without getting the sugar from the fruits. The cucumber is nice in water too.
But I mean, if you just took 1 or 2 strawberries and cut them up, and dropped them in there, you are going to get some sugar. But I don't.
But there's a
just
lot
a
of great
flavor.
benefits to fruit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's nothing wrong with fruit.
No, I know, because that's going to give you. Well, there is. I mean, sugar's sugar, but that's a good way to get the sugar.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the flavor.
So and then so now as we get older, are there some drinks that might be on the shelf that we should be more concerned about, or does it not make that much difference?
Well, we know that a lot of sugar is coming from the beverages that we drink.
Right.
And that ends up being a lot of calories that we're getting from the sugar. And in fact, most of the sugar in our diets is coming from what we drink. And in Alabama,
Isn't that amazing?
we love our sweet tea.
Absolutely.
Sodas. We're in children and teenagers, we're seeing a lot of intake of energy drinks, coffee drinks. You'd be surprised at how much sugar is in some of those coffee drinks.
Right.
And sports drinks. So when you put it all together, a good bit of our diet is sugar from the beverage choices we're making. So I think anytime you can steer away from a sugar-sweetened beverage, you're making a good choice.
How about coffee? I mean, regular old brewed coffee.
I think coffee's fine. Coffee's fine.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, if you can drink it, and I drink it black.
Well, there you go.
So,
no
I
sugar
mean,
whatsoever.
I wish I did.
Yeah. Or if you want to, you can put a little bit of a creamer in it.
Sure.
And a lot of times the creamer may be flavored with a little bit of sugar, but for the most part, it's just cream.
Right.
But the cream will still have some sugar in it, won't it?
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think coffee is our problem when it comes to sugar. It usually is some of those things I've mentioned before.
Especially the sweet tea.
Sweet tea, yeah.
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want sweet tea, if you want sweet coffee, sweet anything, what about, instead of all the artificial sweeteners, what about instead of sugar you use honey? What would that be good or not? I don't, but honey seems so healthy.
Well, you know, there's some benefits to honey. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to add it to your drink and it tastes okay, I think
Yeah, that's
I
gonna be
think
the
that
key.
would be fine.
Yeah, how to-
It's good in tea, and it's
I think
also,
yeah.
and I use
Well,
that
I
in
know
my
it's good in
coffee.
hot tea,
It's
too.
good in my coffee instead of regular
Oh,
granulated sugar.
Is that right, in coffee? I'm gonna try that. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do a little half and half. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm somewhere and there's sweet tea available and unsweet
Yep.
Yes.
available,
Yeah.
Right.
I'll fill my glass up mostly with unsweet, and I'll put a splash of the sweet tea in.
That's a good way
Yeah, if
to,
you're, if
to
you're ordering,
moderate.
if you're ordering, you,
Sure.
you
Yeah.
just tell them you want it half cut.
Right. Oh yeah.
and and they'll do it where they do half sweet and half unsweet, or just like you said, put a quarter of it in there and then drink the rest.
Sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Again, your new website is
AlabamaPublicHealth.gov.
alabamapublichealth.gov.
Yes, sir.
Go to that site. You can get all kinds of information on good health, good nutrition, and again, you're paying for it with your tax dollars, and they're doing a great job to try to keep you healthy. And we'll be right back right after this.